I gave you a homework assignment of taking a look at blues harmonica fundamentals.
Yes.
And at the
Got
end
through
of
that, yeah.
Okay, great. At the end of that, it talked about how to hold the harmonica and how to play a single note. So what we'll start with is I'm going to see what you picked up on how to hold the harmonica.
Okay. So first off, I have some issues because this thumb doesn't bend.
Oh, okay.
So I can't bend the top of it. So, I can do this.
Okay.
I can but I can't really bend it over. So there's some odd thing happening when I get up here.
But this is no problem.
This is no problem here.
So if you were to go ahead.
But see, I can't get the tip of it over to cover any holes.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Try going.
So I go up a little higher. That's I can get a couple, but then
okay.
I'm kind of way up here, so I don't have a. So it's a little. I'm just trying to figure out how to get positioned. So this is not a problem.
And that's comfortable for you.
That's comfortable for me.
Okay.
Or here, but I'm not really covering anything because I can't get it bent over.
Okay, you are covering with the side of the thumb, though, yeah.
With the side of the thumb, yeah. Most of the two top holes.
Okay. Your hands are pretty big, so I think you can actually raise your hand a little bit. Not that much. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, try
so
that.
about here and try and get this. Okay.
Is that comfortable, though?
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay, yeah.
And the bottom here is closed.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about why that's important. Do you know why we put the thumb on the front?
Not necessarily, no.
When we're doing techniques on the harmonica, like the wah-wah, or we are holding a microphone, we want to...
You got a closed cavity to an open cavity, sort of. So as many holes as you plug, the better, sort of.
Yes, and this, via what's called the proximity effect, the closer you get to a microphone, not only does it get louder, but it gets bassier. And our goal is to take this really tinny instrument and make it sound broad and fat, like the trombone or tenor sax that I brought up at your house.
Okay.
So by not only bringing our hands around this, but cupping into the diaphragm to make it more airtight, we get a much, much more bassy sound, and we suppress the high end. Okay. That's how we achieve that amplified sound.
Okay.
So for amplified playing, our goal is to get all the sound in there.
Right.
And for acoustic, it's more about when we want to use our effects. So what happens is the thumb basically goes against the cheek, and it creates a megaphone type of effect.
Oh, okay.
Even though the harmonica may be sticking out the side, and there are vents, what we call side vents, and sound will be escaping there, it's enough of a cavity to create what we're looking for.
Okay.
With that in mind, let's explore a couple things. So you have your left hand. The good thing that I've seen immediately is that you don't have too much of the harmonic in your hand. That's great.
Right.
And as you learned in the lesson, that causes you to pucker the lips out and it's going to give you a poor tone. That's great. With the right hand, you can either do the pinch, what I call in the video the pinch, like we talked about.
Right.
Right there. And that looks pretty good. Try to get this part of your finger on the back of the harmonica.
Oh.
There you go. Now what that does, I'm going to poke and prod a little bit, is you notice you no longer have any leakage there. Okay. And if let's look this way, so this camera, so the student can see it from this vantage point, that's closed. If you bring your fingers back again so the students can see, that was open.
Okay.
Good. So you're basically pinching between this thumb and here. You don't actually have to physically pinch, but you can use that as a tactile reference.
Okay.
That looks pretty good. And what I'm looking for is down here, that's easily closed. So if you blow on the harmonica and then open your hand, let's hear it. There you go. Now, that's a pretty good wall right there. Okay. Perfect. That's completely fine. Now there's another option. Your hands are big enough. If you want to bring your finger all the way around to meet your thumb and your thumb go there, your hands are large enough to cup or end cap the end of the harmonica.
Okay.
Play that same chord. Good. And you can either let the fingers go there or just relax your right hand like this.
Oh, because they're going to seal there anyway. Okay.
Yeah, so this is superfluous. Those are both...
Not quite getting the seal that I want there, but okay.
Where's the seal you're talking about?
The harmonica sort of flipped up.
Go ahead and have the corner right in there. You'll develop a little callus there. Oh, and by the way, being a guy who likes to tinker with stuff, feel free at any point to take a file out or an emery file and take off sharp corners.
I was wondering about that already.
Surprise.
Being the machinist that I am.
Yeah. Good. And when
Okay.
you're playing, if you happen to use a lot of wah-wahs, you're not going to keep your fingers closed because you're probably going to hit your glasses. So you
Oh,
might just keep
okay.
your hand open when you're doing that effect. Then if you go off
Okay.
to do other stuff, you can let your fingers relax and go down.
Okay.
Which way from just the little bit of experimenting we've done feels more comfortable to you?
The with this on the back, I don't know what the pinch.
The pinch,
The
we'll call it
pinch.
the
The
pinch,
pinch
yeah.
seems a little more comfortable.
Let's do that because that actually is the most common. What I would do is instead of having your thumb and your hand all the way up, if you can bring it down just a tiny bit, there you go.
Okay.
As your hand
Okay.
goes higher up, look at my palms, your palms become more difficult to close down.
Got it. Okay.
So if you allow this to slide down, you've got more
And-
hand or chamber.
Right. So the size of the cavity, the size of the chamber in there has an effect on
small
the sound.
effect.
A small effect on the sound. Okay.
Yeah, not enough to be a deal breaker, but it's a positive thing. And as you put a microphone in your hand, that'll make a difference as well. That looks great.
Okay.
I'm happy with that. Now, bring that up to your face for a moment. Relax your hands and just open the back. So you are now, that's it. There's no difference between playing acoustic or holding the microphone. You might just close that finger there.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't really have to squeeze so much, but you know, if you're working on it, you might as well keep it tight.
Huh. Okay.
That's it. Just breathe a little bit through the harmonica. Yeah.
Okay.
And here, that's normally open for a lot of players. So it just
Oh,
means that
when you're okay.
we don't want that.
We don't want
Let me
that.
be clear
right?
about
Okay.
that.
Got it. Okay.
So the fact, if my hands are too high, it's harder to bring my palms together.
Got it.
With your hands being down like they are right now.
You can close off. right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Good. And that's going to be a reference point right there. Is
Okay.
your left thumb touching your right finger. If that's there, you've got a good cup. Now, you're going to hear the word tight cup as you continue to play the harmonica for getting good tone through a rig, a bullet mic, through a tube amp,
Okay.
etc. Tight is the idea of really closing things off. So all of the sound and pressure, 'cause it's the pressure
Right.
that's going onto the diaphragm, they give us that really bassy sound.
Okay.
It's more about finding the right angle of your hands.
Then it is squeezing hard.
Exactly.
Got it.
So
okay.
when I'm playing, let me borrow that for a moment. When I'm playing, it's really, I'm balanced. The microphone is balanced between my two hands, and then I close my hands. And it is pretty relaxed as I play.
Huh.
So as we down the road start playing more with a bullet mic, just for the fun of it, I don't really want you to get too tight and
Right.
and into the idea of I got to hold it just right, because you can play and sound great just doing this.
Right.
But
Well,
we
you
mi-
can.
But we might as well get used to
Right.
at least having the hands in a general vicinity. Yeah.
Okay.